channel and hit the notification bell to be the first to get all my latest writing tips and videos. And remember, be original. Be a writing original. What's up everybody, Adrian here, back with another video. This is going to be a multi-part series talking about every single horror movie genre and subgenre of horror. So if you're a writer out there and you want to write some type of horror screenplay or book, but you're not sure on specifically the genre of horror, maybe you want to do more than one or combine a couple or try a genre that you've never, heard before, well, you're about to hear it in these series of videos. I came across this article on popcornhorror.com, so definitely check them out. But it's like super long, and what I did was I broke everything down into parts, made everything nice and organized for you guys. So sit back, relax, have fun, and let's start the video. This is part 1 of the horror genres and subgenres. So here we go. This is the chart that we're all going to touch on, throughout the series and multiple videos. So let's, pick it up with, there are 4 main horror areas: killers, monsters, paranormal, and psychological horror. We add 2 subgenres that are so popular that they can be considered as popular genre, such as zombies and gore/splatter. So those are the added 2 subgenres, zombies and gore/splatter. All this makes 6 main genres and lots of subgenres. So we're going to start in this video with the killer genre and all the subgenres under that. So let's begin. So the first one on the list, slasher/killer. So probably the most famous of the horror style. This genre describes films that features a killer, natural or supernatural, usually a psychopath, which for some reason decimates people. The genre mixes thriller, crime, and psychological horror. Now, the subgenre, classic slasher. Basic slashers have existed for a long time, but really become popular in the early 80s, with the success of Halloween and Friday the 13th. This subgenre usually features a lot of pursuits, meaning chasing after the victim, and lots of gruesome murders. Teenagers are often their favorite prey, involved a masked villain wielding a sharp or blunt weapon. So some of the movies, obviously, classic slasher Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, which was came right after Halloween, that started the slasher genre, and Friday the 13th was more of just blood and guts, as opposed to the Halloween. They went in the total opposite direction, because Halloween had very little to no blood. It was mostly suspense and atmospheric, but Friday the 13th was just hack and slash, blood and gore. And then also later came Scream, which was a resurgence in the mid-90s, I believe. 96 it came out, a resurgence of the slasher genre. So now let's continue. The next horror subgenre is crime and giallo or giallo. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right, but this has to do with the Italian horror movie industry. So this subgenre is the closest to thriller as horror gets. Crime usually follows police investigations, where a giallo describes the waves of horror crime movies that become really popular in Italy in the 80s, with films from Mario Bava or later Dario Argento. Now I know him because I believe he made Suspiria, which is one of my favorite films of all time. Very beautiful, artistic, colorful. Definitely check that one out. One of my favorite films. So he, like this Dario Argento, he's like credited as one of the main directors to start this Italian horror movie genre craze. So check his work out. It differentiates itself from classic thriller mostly by featuring really gruesome murders. That's true. Very gruesome murders, but done in a very beautiful, artistic, like picture frame painting way. It's very beautifully done. So some of the movies in this genre you should definitely take a look at is The Girl Who Knew Too Much, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Don't Torture a Duckling, and Deep Red. Definitely check these out, and don't be afraid to dive into something that you've never like tried before. Like you're probably thinking like, oh, Italian horror cinema, yeah, right. I'm telling you, take a look at it. You might, become a huge fan of it like I did. Especially with Suspiria. So definitely give it a chance. Let's continue. So the next subgenre is bumpkin and redneck. So created with early movies such as 2000 Maniacs from 1964 or Deliverance from 1972. This unofficial subgenre plays on the myth that backwoods and remote countrysides are populated with inbred freaks and maniacs. The subgenre, which became famous with the success of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and often features families or clans of crazies, and often threats of cannibalism. So, some movies you should take a look at if you haven't already. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The original Hills Have Eyes. Also, the remake is pretty good, so definitely check that one out too. And also Wrong Turn was a very good film. The sequels, not so much, and Wolf Creek. So definitely check that one out. I think that has to do with it's based on a true story of an Australian serial killer, if I'm thinking of the right movie. So that'll give you some ideas of this genre if you're planning to, write a book or movie about it. So let's move on. And finally, the last subgenre under the killer horror genre is home invasion and survival. Initiated by the oppressive atmosphere of early films such as Scream or Funny Games, the home invasion became a genre in itself only quite recently. The subgenre is now getting increasingly popular. The assailants are often masked or not shown at all, which reinforces the almost claustrophobic fear induced by these films. Now, some movies you could take a look at to give you some idea is the movie Them from 2006. You have Inside, which I never saw, but you should definitely take a look at. The Strangers. I think that's the movie that kind of like started it all with The Strangers. Like it really picked up speed after that. That genre picked up speed. You're Next. And also you should definitely look at The Purge. And Straw Dogs. The original Straw Dogs with Dustin Hoffman, I believe he was in that. Not the remake. Forget the remake. If you want to look at it, I mean, go ahead, but it's not as good as the original, obviously. So Straw Dogs is good in The Purge. So I hope you enjoyed this little video about the first horror genre and all the subgenres. Make sure to keep a lookout for more videos to come. Part 2, we'll get into the next horror subgenres. So till next time, please like, subscribe. And see you next time. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, share this video, hit me up on Facebook and Twitter, comment down below. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And also don't forget to check out my other videos. And until next time, remember my motto, where story comes first.